Wizards fans, and happy MLK Day. Huge win over the 76ers. We're going to talk about how we dominated the 76ers. We were up by 25 at one point. Of course, we're going to talk about that Kyle Kuzma poster machine dunk on Joel Embiid. We're also going to talk about the rotation. Joseph Blair was the head coach. He didn't know he was going to be coaching today until the morning. Wes Unseld Jr. and safety protocols, health and safety protocols. Pat Delaney and health and safety protocols. Joseph Blair had to step in and make some big decisions today. We'll talk about the rotation. I know some guys did not play. A lot of people are not going to be happy about that, but ultimately we're happy about this win and how we dominated and did a solid job on Joel Embiid. Huge win. First time the roster has been together, a full and healthy roster. It feels weird, doesn't it? Full healthy roster after 44 games in. It just feels weird. It's about darn time. Yeah, after 23 and 21. Yeah, after 44 games, we finally have a healthy roster. So let's get to it. This big win over the Sixers. Let's talk about the rotation and everything else. Let's hop into it.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Huge win for the Wizards today against the 76ers, who dominated us the last game. But I just want to start with that Kyle Kuzma poster. I mean, poster machine, Sports Center top 10, number one, gets the ball and just goes up and yams on Joel Embiid. That's the energy that I want to see. Kyle Kuzma has been playing at an all-star level. But as a whole, this team is about time. And Deontay, the Wizards are at full strength. Before we do get into this episode, I just want to thank you guys, the Wizards. Your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms. You guys can follow me on Twitter at DEDTFLATT. Like I said, Deontay, the Wizards were at full strength, but we're not at full strength today. Deontay will be back tomorrow, but he was out today. But he'll definitely be back tomorrow. But Kyle Kuzma, man, just the whole team. So main takeaways, and then we'll get to individual performance. We'll talk about the rotation in the middle in the middle of the episode. But I want to get to main takeaways from a roster standpoint and just the team and how they came out. They came out with energy. We started up by 10. We were playing good defense. KCP had a couple fast break buckets. Kuzma had a couple fast break buckets. Kispert getting to the basket as well. Bradley Beal getting to the basket. I just thought we played with a lot of energy. We came out with so much more energy than what we did against the Blazers. I thought we were kind of lackadaisical, letting Anthony Simons hit threes over and over again. This game, we didn't allow that to happen. I thought we did a good job doubling Embiid. Even though Embiid had 32 points, he's just an all-star. He's an MVP caliber player, so he's going to get his points, but you just cannot let the other guys get buckets, and I thought we did a good job, a solid job of, containing Tyrese Maxey and Cork Moss and different guys like that. And the bench was huge tonight. The bench outscored the Sixers bench 63-27. Montrezl Harrell, Thomas Bryant was huge. Their energy was just contagious. Rui's energy as well. It was infectious. It was contagious, and ball movement. We moved the basketball. You look at our assists. We had 25 assists. We We moved the ball. We had a lot of hockey passes. There's one play where Bradley Beal passes to Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma does the no look to Montrezl Harrell, and he dunks on Embiid for an one, and then he gets a technical foul. Examples like that is why we won this game. We made the extra pass. Corey Kispert knocking down threes. Kyle Kuzma making passes. Bradley Beal pick and roll or pick and pop with Thomas Bryant. When we play like that and play defense, hands up, moving our feet, we kept the 76ers under 100 points. They only scored 98. We scored 117. And we've only lost one game when we hold a team under 100 points. That was the winning formula. That's when we were winning games. When we had the 10-3 start, that's how we were winning ball games. We were keeping teams under 100. But this time we were able to pick up the pace too. We picked up the pace. We moved the basketball. We knocked down some shots and really got to the basket. All three centers, even though Daniel Gafford got in foul trouble, we have other bigs that can step in and play well. Thomas Bryant was just incredible tonight with 15 points. Hit a three, which is his energy was contagious too. Now he got a technical foul too. That's the only concern about our bigs. I love our energy, but Trez and Thomas Bryant, they're tough, emotional guys. I love to get the crowd into it, but they do have to be aware of the technical fouls if they hang on the rim and talk trash, different stuff like that. I love it. At the same time, they have to be mindful of that. Bradley Beal came back from health and safety protocols. I thought, he didn't have to score a lot of points tonight. He had about 15 points. I want to see his assists. He has 6 assists tonight. He has 6 assists and only 2 turnovers. You know, we were smart with the basketball too. We had 20 turnovers against the Blazers, and that's something that Joseph Blair, Pat Delaney, I know Wes Unseld Jr. on the phone or on FaceTime on Zoom had to tell these guys, hey, we were sloppy with the basketball last game. 12 turnovers and 25 assists, or assist to turnover ratio was basically the tail of the tape tonight too. And the depth of the roster really shows, you know, we talk about trades a lot and trading guys, who are going to trade, who are going to package. But at the same time, you know, the depth is the strength of the team. When we finally have guys healthy and Rui gets in shape, Thomas Bryant gets back in shape, and guys are knocking down shots and get to the basket, you know, Tommy Shepard might want to think about keeping these guys together. I know it's easy to just say trade this guy, trade that guy. But, you know, with COVID and with the virus and whatnot, you know, sometimes having depth is the best thing to have. You know, having, if somebody, you know, is not available, health safety protocols, we have like other guys that can step in. And when we do have all these guys rolling on all cylinders, say Gafford gets in foul trouble, Thomas Bryant can step in and knock down shots. And Montrezl Harrell can just play with energy as well. Joseph Blair did a good job as well over challenging Montrezl Harrell when Andre Drummond was moving and he tried to take a charge. I thought that was a good challenge by Joseph Blair. I thought he did a good job with that. And also he called a couple timeouts back to back in the fourth quarter. I want to say it was the third quarter or the fourth quarter. And we did let the Sixers hit a couple open threes, Gorgeous Niang, Maxey. And also we did a great job on Tobias Harris, who's a habitual Wizards killer. Him, Terrence Ross, those are 2 guys that just go crazy when they play against the Washington Wizards. And I thought we did an excellent job against Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris had 7 points, 3 for 11. So I thought we did a good job. And Seth Curry too. Seth Curry is a Wizards killer as well. He only had he only had 8 points off of he was 0 for 2 from the 3-point line and had 8 points. Korkmaz only had 6 points. So the other guys other than just Joel Embiid, we didn't let them hurt us. You know, Tobias Harris last year in the playoffs, he went crazy on us. So I thought we did an excellent job on that. But overall, this might be the best game overall from start to finish from the Washington Wizards this year. Other than that after the 10-3 start, this might be the best game altogether as a unit, playing with energy and being unselfish and just looking for other guys. See, this is how we win ball games when we're not selfish. But when it looks like it's just your turn, my turn, it's a whole bunch of guys, 13 guys in a rotation, then it's like, hey, you know, where are we going with this? You know, it's not looking good. We're not playing defense. And that's when we went on that skid. But if they can keep this up and play like this every night with energy, Thomas Bryant bringing in another dimension, just having a big that can shoot threes and space the floor was volumes. And Montrezl Harrell, guess what? He wasn't the second big off the bench. Thomas Bryant was the second big off the bench. Montrezl Harrell was the third big off the bench. And, you know, there's a conversation between him and Joseph Blair saying Montrezl, you know, he said he wanted to be the third guy off the bench. He wanted to see the flow of the game. And he came in when egos are put aside. They're not worried about starting, who gets minutes and whatnot. That's when the Wizards can be a really, really good team. And they can be more than just a playing team if they play unselfish basketball and they play defense. So, but let's get to the rotation. I know a lot of you guys want to talk about KCP had a solid game too. We're going to talk about individual performances, and we're going to talk about the rotation as well. I know a lot of people are not happy about Deni not playing. Davis Bertans did not play. Or Deni did play until the last 2 minutes when we blew them out and they put some of the bench guys in. So Deni did play. I want to see, did Davis play at all? Davis got a DNP tonight. The DNP coach's decision. Aaron Holiday played later, and Anthony Gill play later. But before we do get into some rotation, which is going to be the hot topic for tonight, this episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. Wizards fans, you've been hearing me tell you about PrizePicks for months. Have you signed up yet? If you haven't, now is the perfect time. For a limited time, PrizePicks has an exclusive no-brainer of an offer for all our users. Users get $50 for free if a player in your first PrizePicks entry scores a single point, but you must code NBA. That's right. This is an exclusive offer available to Locked On fans only who use code NBA. PrizePicks has the best NBA DFS prop game on the market. PrizePicks offers more NBA props than any other DFS prop operator and offers all the superstar players as well as bench players, only recording a handful of minutes each game. PrizePicks offers any prop you can think of, from points, assists, rebounds, threes made, etc. You pick 2 to 5 players and an over/under on the projections, and you can win up to 10 times on any entry, and it's just you versus the projected numbers. I recently placed a flex play entry with an over on Kyle Kuzma's rebounds and an under on Tobias Harris' points today, and doubled my money. It took me all of 30 seconds to make my selections. It's that easy, folks. Kuz went crazy tonight. Kuz had 16 boards. 16 boards. PrizePicks is also allows mixed sports entries. You can take the over on Embiid combined with the under on Rodgers in the same entry. Use the award-winning app on both the App Store and Google Play. PrizePicks is safe and offers fast withdrawals. Go to prizepicks.com today or go to your app store and download the app. All users that deposit and use our promo code NBA will get $50 free if your first PrizePicks entry scores a single point. That's right. All users that deposit and use our promo code NBA will get $50 free if your first PrizePicks entry scores a single point. PrizePicks is daily fantasy made easy. And I just want to make sure you guys check out. Thanks for making Locked On Wizards your first listen. For your next listen, check out the Locked On Now podcast, nightly recaps of every NBA game with analysis from our local experts. Listen to Locked On Now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or watch it on the Locked On NBA YouTube channel. All right, so let's get to some individual performances that I do want to talk about. Daniel Gafford, I didn't like the charge call that they called on Gafford and Doc Rivers challenge. Doc Rivers was crying a lot tonight. He earned his technical foul. Joel Embiid, I thought he definitely could have got a technical foul if he did not get a technical foul. And I thought the refs finally started to let them play. In the beginning, Embiid got like every foul. It was ridiculous. Gafford got a phantom foul. I thought it was a charge because Embiid dipped his shoulder down and he kind of threw a chicken wing at the same time. He was just out of control. I thought Gafford moved his feet was in place. They called a foul on Gaff. So Gaff had 3 quick fouls in the first quarter. Then he had 4 fouls in the beginning of the second half. He just has to wall up, keep his hands in the air, and not jump. He cannot go for pump fakes. Like I've discussed before, Joel Embiid, Nurkic, Jokic, Jonas Valanciunas, all those big body kind of bigs. Those are challenges for him. And I think he's still learning. He's getting better. He's 23 years old. So it's just something he has to improve on. So that's my individual take on Gaff. Thomas Bryant, man, he played his butt off, man. His energy was contagious tonight. Not spacing the floor, hitting mid-range shots, the buzzer beater before the half. He played really well. I think he's going to definitely get some more minutes. And that's the problem. It's a problem, but it's a good problem to have at the same time. We have so many guys to choose from with, TB, Gaff, and Montrezl Harrell, where, I can't sit Thomas Bryant if he's playing like that. I can't. He's got to play. He's going to have to get the bulk of the minutes. And we had some things like that last year with Robin Lopez when he was playing well and Gaff was playing well. We had to choose either or. I don't really see any of the bigs playing together at the same time. It's possible. It's more possible now because Thomas Bryant can shoot the 3. Before, you can really play Gaff and Harrell at the same time because neither one can space the floor. We struggle with spacing the floor with terrible shooting. Thomas Bryant's 3-point shooting, I thought he could have shot some more jumpers, to be honest with you. I thought he passed up a couple jump shots. But his 3-point shooting is definitely going to help the floor space. You can't just sit – and the Sixers did play zone tonight, but you just can't sit in the zone when you have somebody like a Rui who can shoot that mid-range shot. He's helping our zone offense as well because he gets to the middle and he's that mid-range assassin. A couple times, Rui Hachimura cut to the middle, caught the ball, just turned and face and shot the 3. That's what you have to do against a zone offense. We just make it complicated on ourselves. A lot of times when the zone, you got to get to the middle of the floor, turn and face the basket. And that's what Rui does. That's the best part of his game. I thought he looked pretty good tonight. He almost dunked on Gorgeous Niang. He missed a dunk, and I think last year Rui does look like he kind of has like a little pudge, like a little bit of extra weight that he picked up. So I think he's going to get some of that so-called baby fat or fluffiness off by him playing, So he looked good. This was his best game so far. This was Thomas Bryant's best game so far. So I'm very encouraged from what I saw from the 2 guys who did return from being out for the first, half of the season. But you look at the minutes tonight. Kyle Kuzma had 29 minutes. Let's talk about the minutes. Dinwiddie got 27. Gafford got 8 because of the foul trouble. Bradley Beal got 33. Cole Pope got 29 minutes. He played really well. This was one of KCP's better games, 14 points. He was knocking down the 3. He hit a transition 3 as well, a pull-up 3, which sometimes you're like, no, don't shoot it. But he knocked it down. Rui, 16 minutes, so he didn't play much, but he was very productive with his minutes. He had another 3 tonight, 11 points and 5 boards. He was very productive. Corey Kispert, 30 minutes tonight off the bench. He's earning his minutes, and this is the reason why, because a lot of people on social media were saying Deni wasn't getting minutes. He should be playing over Neto. And it's not really a Deni versus Neto thing right now. Corey Kispert's playing so well to the point where you really can't sit him. He's knocking down the 3. And not only is he knocking down 3s, but he's an elite basket cutter already as a rookie. He's an elite basket cutter. Not a lot of guys cut with a purpose, and his basketball IQ is really good coming out of Gonzaga. Mark Few, great coach. Corey Kispert's basket cutting is really, really good right now. And you can't sit him if he's doing that. That's something that Bertans just doesn't do. He's not the best basket cutter. He's not really great off without the basketball. He's coming off screens. That's Bertans' best thing is coming off the screens. But cutting to the basket and finishing, Corey Kispert's doing a really good job of that right now. That's why he has to get minutes. And that inbounds play where he got an easy layup is plays like that. It's intangibles, things that Corey Kispert's doing right now. He's hustling. He's diving on the floor for loose basketballs. And, Deni has been in the shooting slump, and that's what I said a couple videos ago. I'm not saying that Deni shouldn't be playing at all. Like if you want to pinpoint Neto had some good minutes tonight. He's just a defensive liability, and some of the passes are just a little off. Sometimes he can be a little erratic and a little out of control. Neto can be, but like I said, I don't think it's a Neto versus Deni choice type thing right now. For this game, Thomas Bryant had to play a lot of minutes because he's a guy that can space and get Joel Embiid out of the paint, and that really helped us out offensively. But Deni, when he did get in, he finished well. I thought Deni definitely could have got some more minutes for sure. I didn't think he really needed a DNP. But each game is different, and we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we played 10 guys got 10 minutes or more. So 10 guys got minutes or more. And honestly, everybody knows when you get to the playoffs, the rotation is going to get shorter and shorter. So some people are just not going to be happy. There's going to be some games where Trez might not be happy. He might not get a lot of playing time. So it's not just a Deni thing. There's going to be nights where, Trez might not be happy because Thomas Bryant's playing his butt off. Gafford's finishing well and just blocking shots. There might be nights where Gafford's not happy because he's not getting playing time. There might be nights where Thomas Bryant's not getting playing time because Gafford's just playing good defense and Trez is playing with energy. Sometimes you just got to make tough decisions with the roster and the rotation. So I just wouldn't get too caught up right now in Deni not playing. Bertans as well. There might be some nights where we need Bertans, but that's the luxury of having guys that can come in and play. So we just got to let this play out. The trade deadline is February 10th. So if Deni does pick up a couple DNPs, then I'll raise my eyebrows and start looking and see, hey, what's really going on? Is this a Troy Brown situation? Is there a trade incoming? Then, but like right now, I would just pump the brakes. There's one game that Deni didn't get a lot of playing time. And, Joseph Blair he made some good decisions with the rotation. The outcome, can I be mad at it? I really can't because we just beat the Sixers, a playoff team. We were up by 25 points at one point. Everybody played well. So every night's going to be different. Every matchup is different. There's going to be some games where we're going to need Deni to play 30 minutes. There's going to be some games where we're going to need, Rui to play 30 minutes, Trez to play 30, maybe Aaron Holiday to play 20 minutes. So that's just how it's going to be. That's just the ebbs and flows of a season. Rui played well. Like I said, I love the way he played. Corey Kispert played well again. We had 7 guys in double figures. Thomas Bryant's energy was unmatched tonight. I thought he did a good job in Embiid. He tried his best defensively and offensively. We challenged Embiid. We got him in foul trouble too, and we got a couple and ones on Embiid. We dunked on Embiid. Kyle Kuzma postering him was just that was just incredible. I loved it. Every time I see it on Twitter, I just retweet it every single time. Kuzma, he really could be in the running for most improved player of the year. Of course, is DeJounte Murray from the Spurs, Desmond Bane from the Grizzlies. There's a lot of guys that are Ja Morant is in the running for most improved player. So he's not going to win that. He's probably not going to make the All-Star game, but I keep voting for him every time I see it. But Kuzma, I just can't talk about enough how good he's been. Seriously, like 15. He was a plus 19 today. Goodness gracious. A plus 19. Gafford was a plus 9, even though he barely played. Everybody was probably a plus tonight just because we were never down. We were only down by 2. That was like our largest deficit for the Wizards. Dinwiddie had 7 points. He was a plus 7. Bradley Beal was a plus 20. So the plus minus stat, honestly, that's just everybody's going to be a plus tonight. But Kuz is playing his butt off, seriously. And I'm so happy for the guy. Got a lot of scrutiny with the Lakers. I said every time. He was a scapegoat, 15 points, 16. He's rebounding the ball. He's passing the ball. He's getting guys involved. 3 blocks. That's impressive. He had a block on Embiid as well. So he's playing good ball right now. And like I keep saying, he's untouchable in a trade package. I would not trade. If we want to upgrade and bring in another star, I'm not trading Kuz at all. I'm not. I can't do it. But Let's get to the player of the game. Like I said, we already talked about rotation. KCP played well. I just don't want to forget anybody that played well tonight. Spencer Dinwiddie has 7 assists. He was a good facilitator. Bradley Beal 13 points and 6 assists. Kuz another. This is his 18th double of the year for Kyle Kuzma. Trez 18 points, 7 boards, led the team, and everybody seven guys double figures. Nobody had over 20 points. So I mean, this is a great game on MLK Day. Just I enjoy this and I look forward to it. We play the Nets on Wednesday. Kevin Durant is out, so we get a break, guys. We get a break. We got to take advantage of it. We keep losing to teams that have guys out, so I can't, be like, oh, we're gonna beat the Nets just because KD is out. We just lost to the Blazers with Simons. With McCollum and Dame Lillard out. So before we get to the player of the game and X Factor, this episode was brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline would like to wish you a happy new betting year as we continue our march to the playoffs and beyond. BetOnline remains the number one spot for all the best sports wagering action for 2022. New year and a new updated desktop and mobile website. To sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just your promo code locked on and get started. From football, basketball, hockey, boxing, and UFC right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for 2022. BetOnline, the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts. So player of the game for me is Kuzma, man. Kuzma was about to dunk on Embiid again, and Embiid was like, I don't want no parts. I don't want any smoke. I'm going to get out of the way. I'm not even going to chomp. When he was aggressive. He was downhill and played well. He played like he's 6'10". So for me, he's player of the game. X factor is probably Thomas Bryant. It's between him and Montrezl Harrell. Those guys can be like some Bass brothers. Seriously, like they can be a really nasty dynamic. Gafford included from the big man spot. But those guys can be some guys that will dunk on you and will post you up and have post moves as well. So I'm excited to see all three bigs together. I'm happy this team is finally together, playing unselfish ball, and and they're moving the basketball. They have ball move. They're playing with each other right now. This one game, so I can't get too hyped. But they move the ball and they play defense. They defended the paint. Let me see points in the paint because we always do that really well. How many points in the paint did we have? We had 50 points in the paint. We held them to 44. And we got to the line 32 times. We shot 32 free throws tonight too. So that was huge. 30% from the three, which is not great, but we held them to 40% shooting, which is Deolante's bold prediction. My bold prediction was holding Joel Embiid under a double-double. Hey, we both hit. Me and Delonte, we both hit our bold predictions. Joel Embiid did not get a double-double. Oh, happy day. What a great bold prediction, man. I'm telling you, I love it. So play the game, Kyle Kuzma. X Factor is between Trez and Thomas Bryant. I'm going to go with TB. His energy was unmatched, hitting threes, spacing the floor, finishing around the rim, bringing the energy. Even though he got that tech, it got the crowd into it. And I love what I saw from Thomas Bryant. He adds a different dimension to this team. His energy is contagious. And when he's getting guys hyped up and playing hard and running the floor, the Wizards can be dangerous, man. They can be dangerous. We got to see more games, of course. The Nets game is going to be a big game. Right now, before we do get off, I'm going to just look at the standings real quick. We are now the 9th seed. We're tied with the Toronto Raptors. They have the tiebreaker for the 8th seed right now. So, but technically we're the 9th right now. So, but all right, you guys, thank you guys for watching and listening. I just want to make sure you guys, thanks for making Locked On Wizards your first listen. For your next listen, check out Locked On Bets, your daily one-stop shop for all your gambling needs. Locked On Bets, hosted by your boy Q, with expert analysis and insight from Lee Sterling. It's free and available on all platforms. So putting up the dub. Hail to the Wizards. Peace.